Urban Arts is an amazing program because I definitely feel as though there is a barrier to accessing technical education. And Urban Arts definitely works to break that barrier and give underrepresented minorities access to this higher education.
Hello and welcome back to the UAP Mario Maker 2 Invitational. Once again, I am Warning Track and I'm joined again by Unknown Availability. This is a charity stream, as we've been telling you throughout the day. I want to reiterate that this is for the Urban Arts Partnership School of Interactive Arts. It's a multi-year college prep program which teaches students both the arts and technology of video game development. And in the speedrunning world, the 100% category is just one of many, but for UAP, it's everything. 100% of the seniors in this program have moved on to college compared to about half of their peers. That's a record you can't break, and it's more impressive than anything we're going to see today. Unknown, how are those donations looking, my man?
Those donations are looking fantastic as Warning Track decides to humbly go into somebody named not Warning Track. I wonder who that is. $50 from this Warning Track guy is amazing. Wow, such commentating. Thank you.
Well, look.
Warning Track.
Do you think Mario and Wario are the same person too? Like, come on, it clearly says not Warning Track. I don't know what you're saying.
Now, see, then you would have been Marning Track.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I didn't think about it, but I didn't think about it because I was donating while we were casting, actually. That's how easy it is, people. ! Donate. If I can do it while I'm talking, you can do it while you're listening to me talk and while you're listening more likely to Unknown talk about the game because he's the much smarter of the two.
And listen, you know what? While we were talking, Blood Wolf, $15, just like that. Listen, that's literally as easy as it is. That brings us up to just under $2,600. As a matter of fact, it's $2,599.57. The odds are back in the lead. What is going on, Evans? Are you going to take this lying down, or are you going to sit in your gamer chair, hit ! Donate, and give to this wonderful charity for such a great cause?
Yeah, such a great cause. Yeah, it's so easy. A couple of clicks. Again, there's no excuse not to. And look at the match we're putting on for you, for your entertainment. Whether you donate or not, you still get to watch this, but you absolutely should donate. It's going to be Lilkirbs against iiPK. We are still in the winner's bracket. This is the other half of the winner's semifinal. You just saw the first half, and it was incredible. It went to overtime. It was won by a 5-second margin by a daring display from Doomsday, just over the Beast, just barely. And the winner of that, Doomsday, is now going to face the winner of this match. Again, I said on-paper favorite before. How do you even pick an on-paper favorite here? Any of these players could beat any of the others, as is evidenced by that 5-second margin last time.
I don't even know what to say. There is no underdog here. Both of these gentlemen are probably 1 and 2, with other names being able to be put into that list. These two are always on the lips of people when you say Mario Maker 2. So you're going to see some daring displays, some lightning fast reflexes, some Marios flying across your screen, possibly falling to the bottom of the screen after they get hit by a muncher. You don't even know what's going to be thrown at you. Possibly a off-screen thwomp hitting you in the head. There's no telling. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to enjoy yourself because these two right here are electrifying. And when I saw these two, I thought this was going to be the match that I was going to be getting goosebumps from. But hey, that last match, woo, man, I'm looking forward to it. It looks like we are getting on to our first level of 4-1 Snowball Cave. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, we're starting off here. Any of these players could win. The winner of this, again, gonna face Doomsday in the winner's final. The Beast not out yet, though, could still come out of the loser's bracket. It's an invitational. It means every player is exceptional. Everyone's specifically invited for their skill, and it's just hard to imagine either of these players losing right now. Obviously, iiPK coming in here is one of the big favorites, but Curbs with 17 clears the first time out, and it's just looking so strong. So it might just be who's better on the day, right? Who's having the slightly better day amongst these immensely talented players.
Yeah, I mean, it really does come down to that. It comes down to who is on the ball, who is looking at what's coming up, who is able to see the next piece of danger to be able to avoid it. It's very hit or miss when it comes to that, but at the same time, one decision, we saw that last match, and I hate to keep on referencing one match that just happened while we're in the middle of another one, but we just saw that anything can happen. Literally, one decision makes every bit of difference to see who can win this. So, they're really coming down to the point where iiPK just finishes, and Lilkirbs is right behind him, not far behind at all. But
Yeah,
we are now Little Mario. That's dangerous with a bunch of icicles over top.
Oh, nice move. There we go, flying through it. I mean, when I get down to one Little Mario, I'm like, well, I'm dead. But for these guys, it's like, nah, I'm fine. Look at this. No fear at all from these guys. There we go, all tied up. iiPK just a few seconds ahead, of course, and pretty meaningless at this point. But already, this 5-second margin was the margin of the last match. Every little bit could count. That's the thing.
Oh man, 1-1, still 5 skips apiece. I don't. Oh wow, that hitbox.
Wow,
Oh, man.
that's it's a really unfortunate little death. And look at this, now they're almost perfectly synced up, and just like that, the 5 seconds are gone. And now Curbs with a very, very slight lead. Something tells me this is how it's going to be going the whole match.
It really will be. I've got to laugh at one of our fellow commentators and one of the leads of GSA. Making the comment about iiPK's girl being there, giving him support and being on camera and stuff like that. And all it says, well, I like her to be there just so that way people can keep asking me why coaching is allowed. I appreciate that. It's hilarious.
I mean, I gotta imagine for these guys, I've done a little bit of esports playing myself, and tell me if this is how you are. A lot of it's about routine, kind of getting into a routine that you appreciate, feeling comfortable, keeping it similar, because but if you get good enough, as long as you play your game, you're gonna be all right, and that's certainly the case with someone like iiPK.
A lack of stress. That really means everything. A lack of stress.
Make it feel normal, right? Make it feel like a normal day as much as you can.
All right, so iiPK showing that knowledge that he wasn't blocked out with that one way, and Curbs right behind him as well, knowing exactly what to do, finishing that level. 2 clears to 2. Curbs just barely behind iiPK right now.
Yeah, it's flipped again. 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there. Oh, it's really interesting to watch these two kind of circle each other like they're in orbit.
Forgive us, chat. Timer is having a internal malfunction of apparently it's deciding to count up. So once we reach 40 minutes, I guess we'll be fine.
Your mouth is sound.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just keep moving on. Nothing to see.
Nothing to see. Unknown, did you ever play the floor is lava growing up?
You know what? My feet are still burning to this day.
There we go. Did you ever think it would become an actual video game? Because here we are.
And here they are on the slow snake block, waiting slowly to get to the next side. Everybody was happy whenever this game came out that snake blocks were added, and then they started playing levels with snake blocks, and they were like, take them away.
Take them away,
please.
iiPK does the restart there. Briefly went up to comment. That would be a heck of a flex, wouldn't it? To stop in the middle of this to leave a comment. Maybe put GG in there or something and then win anyway. No, it's just a little misclick. That happened in their previous match as well, I think, accidentally starting to comment. And it's a few seconds here or there, and you could see iiPK look up to the sky and shake his head. That's what he does when he's frustrated. We've seen it a lot. He does it when he's winning, too, though, I've noticed. He's pretty hard on himself, as the best ones usually are.
And I find it interesting that we've got people in chat going skip, and I can't agree. This is probably one of those ones that you would want to skip, but I don't really foresee either one of these runners skipping as much as you think. They are at that high of a tier of knowledge and skill in this game that they don't really decide to skip unless absolutely necessary, and it ends up coming out to be that way. So they're both about at the same spot. It looks like they're having to kill Bowser with the Fire Flower and getting the bombs to go onto the actual track there.
Conveyor belt,
Conveyor belt, thank you. I could not think of the name of the thing.
Well, you have to remember the names of all these creatures, too, so you have a harder job than I do. I get to remember what things are called outside of the game a little more. The interesting thing about iiPK that I've noticed, he runs across those the first time, and then he realizes, no, that's not how I have to do it. In the first match, too, every time he made a mistake like that, he'd roll his eyes, come back, but that was it. The one mistake was all he needed. He came back and knew how he had to play the level the second time. It was never a third, it seemed like.
Exactly, and that's also a true tale of just a great runner. Learning on the spot, snap of the finger, knowing exactly what needs to be done after that. Oh no, both runners at
Oh.
the same time getting
Wow.
Kaizo blocked, going back. Both
And they are
runners
both done with
skip-
this. And that both of them gave up at the same time. They both said, nope. Wow, they are totally in sync in more ways than one now.
Oh man, both shaking their head, both laughing at themselves, going, "This level was hot trash."
No pun intended with the lava. And if either of them, think about the beast with that quick skip last time. If either of them had done it, they'd have a 2-minute lead right now.
They really would. They would already have the knowledge of this level, and that's some of the thing is, I know that as I say this, that they very well could not be thinking about this, but they know who they're going against. They know the other runner very well. These two gentlemen are not unfamiliar with each other. Lilkirbs and iiPK have both met on the battlefield before, and they have done different versus matches and things like that. They've played each other before. They know each other. So it's one of those things. Are they thinking about how much time is being committed by the other runner? Are they just playing their own game? How is that affecting them right now? I can't speak for either one of these because I know how it would affect me, but ultimately I'm not the one holding these controllers.
Right. And they might also know, like, am I playing someone stubborn like me? Am I playing someone who doesn't like to skip, who gets their hackles up, right, when they die a couple times? Or am I playing the kind of person who's very happy to move on, And you got to know that too, Yeah, this is really, look at this. It's so close. They are basically mirror images of each other here in decision-making and execution.
Exactly, and that is a 2 clears to 2 clears, I believe it was, or no, that would be... Either way, they're tied. So even if it is 3, they're tied and only have done 1 skip apiece. I'm losing track of the count just because of how wickedly equal these two are.
It's really something to watch. They're
They're
moving
both
on.
skipping
And
the
again,
level
they're
at the
skipping
same
again.
time.
This is incredible. Are we sure this is 2 different screens? Not to question production, which is doing an outstanding job, by the way, with a lot of moving parts. But I want to make absolutely sure we're getting both separate screens here because they are looking borderline identical. If not for the different characters, I'd be tempted to call it out. Look at this, and as you said earlier about iiPK, right? It's they make a mistake, but you don't make the same mistake twice. The great ones learn immediately.
It's that lifelong thing that you learn. Don't ever, if you make a mistake, learn from it. And both of them do the same exact thing. What is going on?
iiPK did not roll his eyes that time. Instead, he looked confused. That one, it wasn't so much, oh, I can't believe I did that. It was, that's funny.
They are in sync 100%. Like, they're going through the doors almost at the exact same frame. This is wild.
So
Usually it's hard as a commentator to watch 2 different screens because you see one person and then not know what the other person did, but all you have to do is just realize they're both going to complete the level.
This is so funny. It's not just that they're on the same spot or tied or whatever. They're skipping at the exact same moment, getting frustrated at the same point, giving up at the same point, moving on at the same point. Look at this. This is remarkable. That last match, hard to follow, but so far, this is pretty remarkable. This is crazy.
You want to know what else is remarkable?
I do.
The Urban Arts Partnership. That's what.
I should have seen that coming.
You should have. And I want to give a big shout out to Marning Track.
Someone took the bait. Someone did it, huh? Oh my god, that's not me.
That's not you,
me.
Huh, I'm Morning Track, Mur.
I like how now if I say it's not me, you're never going to believe me again. No, that's literally not me. I'm serious. That's not me.
I believe you. Thank you, chat, for They're doing it again. Why are they doing it again? Stop skipping at the same time.
Oh my god. This is incredible. This is incredible. I mean, we say evenly matched. We mean in terms of skill, in terms of results. We don't usually mean this. Wow, we're halfway through this, but you really could be forgiven for watching just one of these.
We have variation.
You're right. iiPK skips and Curb sticks around.
Yeah, so this is something else. We're seeing the difference now, and iiPK has put himself in a precarious position while Curtis is trying to hit the nail on the head.
A little archery test here. Let's see. Look,
I'll say this is one of the coolest things they added to Super Mario Maker 2.
The arrows.
The Link costume was dope.
Look, the Olympics were a few months ago. You're a little late. Here we go. He gets it. He's got the bomb. By the way, iiPK has died on the next stage, too, so they haven't... And they just died again. 2 deaths. So all the time Curbs is spending on this stage has not actually cost them yet because iiPK hasn't done anything with it. This could be the decision that defines the match, and with it, the tournament. This little divergence, the first time they haven't been in quantum superposition with each other.
This is so much time spent on Curbs' end, though.
Yeah, it's worrisome. iiPK's just starting to get ahead of steam now, though. They were really stuck at the beginning of that level for a while. They are just now, it looks like, about to get in there. There we go. Finally takes a clear lead with the clears, 5-4. Curbs is still in the last one, but not as far behind as you'd think, given how many deaths there iiPK suffered before clearing.
Yeah, and iiPK has taken the lead, and Curbs has taken some time to figure this out. Has to keep the Link costume in order to clear the level. So there's not going to be any checkpoints in this level. Whenever you have a clear condition, you cannot have a checkpoint. So he has to get that key on the right-hand side and avoid damage. Possible Commentator's curse there.
Yeah, look at iiPK just flying through with those shell bounces like it's nothing. Like it's nothing at all. Totally routine for someone like this.
And Curbs taking the skip. So this is where you had said the clearest. The person who takes the right skip at the right time is going to pull ahead. And that depending on what can happen, you're not going to have a lot of mistakes on either one of these runners' ends. The first one to make the mistake is probably going to be the person that's behind. And here we are. Curbs taking as much time on that Link level as he did has put him behind by 2 clears.
You're totally right. So if you take any 2 random speedrunners like this, you're going to figure knowledge and mechanical skill, that's going to win the day. But when you take the best of the best, it's decision making. It's the skips.
And that's with any game. This isn't just Super Mario Maker 2 that we're talking about. Honestly, that's with any kind of speedrun game. It's all about, especially execution games. And that's what Mario Maker is it's execution in the design of normal everyday people. So it comes down to just overall decision making. And that's why the skips are so critical in this competition and why it is more skill than it is luck about what levels are there. Because if you make the right decision and skip when you're supposed to, you can get a lot of lead. But if you're also skipping too much, you're going to run out of skips and you're not going to be able to skip the level that is the worst.
Yeah, and you got to know the format a little looser. It's like, for example, some of these speedrunning competitions, you know, a lot of the ones you guys have probably seen before this, you're talking about 3 skips, 15 minutes, right? That's 1 every 5 minutes. Here, it's 1 every 4 because it's 20 minutes and 5. So you got a little more leeway than you normally would. And if you're the kind of person who usually has skips left in the bag, I think that would hurt you a little bit here because you need to use them just a little more often, put your thumb on the scale just a little bit more for those tough levels. And so far, that's what iiPK is doing. And right now, it's why they're in the lead with just under 6 minutes left. And look at this. The lead is expanding. iiPK, after being a mere image with Curbs, is pulling away.
And decisively, I might say. Because Curbs is spending a lot of time on this level that iiPK had already... No, iiPK did not skip it. He actually cleared it. So this is the level that iiPK figured out really fast, got through, beat it, and...
Here it is.
There you go.
Finally going to get that 5th clear, I think. It took quite a while there. And now, it's just like we said last time. Now you're at the mercy of your opponent. You need them to make a mistake because I just don't see how you could catch up otherwise.
And I'll say, too, if you're looking at Curbs right now on your screen, you can see Curbs already knows. Curbs already knows. I hate being that negative. I don't mean to be negative when I say that. I'm being more of a realist on this end. As a commentator, something that we always try to avoid is a negative connotation whenever we talk about things with runners. But it's something that is just a very obvious thing right here that because... the skip happened that iiPK did, realizing that the level that he was on was just going to take way too long. iiPK managed to just boom, 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 all in a row and just get ahead.
Yeah.
And that's where it happens. And that's a part of competition. But we have about 4 minutes left to go. I'm not putting the nail in the coffin yet, but that is iiPK with 8 and Curbs with 5. iiPK did just get a last clear, and that would put him at 8 right now. So I believe no, never mind. Sorry. The pixels on my screen are so close together. The skips remaining look like an 8. And I'm like, why is there 8 skips? Did he?
Yeah, wow. What a guy. Add
Yeah.
skips as he goes. Curbs, I mean, Curbs has to play almost perfect here. So what I think we're really looking for on iiPK's side, you want to focus your attention over there, I guess, chat. You want to see if iiPK makes mistakes, because that's how it happens, if it happens, with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, really what you're looking for here is for Curbs to get through those same levels that iiPK went through and the same amount of speed, but for iiPK to get walled. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that wall for iiPK, which
He's
at
got
this
2
level of
skips.
skill,
Right, so it's not just walled, right? It has to be walled, and he has to be, like, stubborn about it. He knows it's only a few minutes. He's got to know there's only a few minutes left. He doesn't have to save those skips much longer. He probably doesn't know he's ahead, necessarily, but either way, if he can just use those skips, it's just so hard to get walled at this point.
it really is. Because, again, seeing what's coming up and seeing all the danger ahead and being able to react in such a fast and precise manner, you're seeing exactly why iiPK is just a man of minimal mistakes. And really, same with Curbs. Other than that one stubborn moment of not skipping, Curbs has also been phenomenal. Has been just running through these levels and making them look easier than any of us could complete. So
absolutely. Oh, yeah, we're
it's-
nitpicking. This is because we have to when they're this good, right? And iiPK spent a lot of time on that level, too. He just spent less, but he tried it a few times as well. They both, like I said, got their hackles up, tried it a few times, and dug in their heels, but iiPK just gave up a little quicker, and that's, boy, that's looking like the difference with 2 minutes left. Yeah, he's just cruising through, and we're running out of time here. It's still a 3 clear deficit. Curbs finally getting through one. There's another one for iiPK. It's not over yet, but it might as well be, just about.
I really, honestly, even with considering that all of these levels are going to be about 1:30 world records and under, it's pretty much over. 2 minutes left, and just knowing the competitors as we do, it's really iiPK's game to lose, essentially. So,
Right. And we talked about how there's more skips per minute than maybe the normal format these competitors are used to. But on top of that, the fact that these levels are all world records under 90 seconds or thereabouts, that contributes too, right? You figure there's going to be a little less in the way of really difficult, really long levels for the most part. So all the more reason to use those skips when you have them. And as you can see there, look at that. Curbs has got 2 left. And you could end up losing here, having spent several minutes on one level, one stage, with 2 skips still in your pocket. And that's unfortunately just a strategic error. There's no other way around it.
Yeah, iiPK putting another clear on the board, getting to 10 with 1:10 left. Curbs is looking for another clear on this level here. Hitting the wall and falling short and dying to the flump.
Yeah, that's going to do it. As you say, this one just about over. Pretty good effort from both players, and the best of the best. Like, nitpicking is what we have to do. They're incredible players, but one mistake is all it takes at this point. And well, except for the double elimination part, Curbs gets another shot at that, and it won't surprise me if we see them against the Beast, and if we see either one of them in the finals against iiPK. The winner's final is going to be in just a couple of hours. Curbs, though, too, remember, 17 in that first match. Highest of the day, I believe, still, and he's probably going to have to settle for about 7 or 8 here.
Yeah, highest of the day, going against, well, see, here's the funny thing. He'll be going against Oshi Kurosu, and Oshi got 16.
Yeah, and had 3 chances at the 17, and I think died just before the flag 3 times in a row, was it?
Yeah, to a Goomba and a Spiny, respectively. So, throwing some salt back in that wound there.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, so Oshi's going against, going to be going against Curbs, and both of them have the 2 highest clear counts on the day in the losers bracket. By the way,
That's a great point. Yeah,
that is wild.
Well, they are at the mercy of the quality of these levels then, too, right? Because if iiPK had the same level set, what do, right? I mean, that obviously affects a lot of it. It's kind of funny, though, Oshi might be a little upset that they didn't quite tie that mark, but I think they'll trade it for a win in the losers bracket next, if they had to pick.
Right, and I'll tell you right now, I am looking forward to these matches coming up. All these matches down to the bottom bracket, as we call it, too, other than the losers bracket. Up next is going to be, I believe, actually, Lil Curbs against Oshi Kurosu right up next, unless it is possibly the Beast and Shoujo. So I don't know what the plan is as far as who's going to be up next for that one, but we're going to see if we can't get Curbs and iiPK in here in just a moment. In the meantime, we have a couple more donations. 543 from Anonymous, a nice round even number, And coming in to ruin it for everybody, or rather for the evens, it is in known available.
And that's not you, we're to understand.
That is
right?
not me. I can't
People
even
are
read it 'cause
impersonating
it's-
us. You know
And,
what? They can impersonate us as much as they want as long as they keep donating.
Apparently, I have to do this though. I don't know why, but it says "Wah!" So, all right. Now that the runners got to come in here and I guess make me feel embarrassed that I just imitated Wario.
You did it so well, though. You did a great. It's a great Wario.
All right. So, Lilkirbs and iiPK, GG's to both of you. I'm going to go ahead and start with the winner moving on to face Doomsday. iiPK, GG's to you. How are you feeling going into the next round?
Well, I feel really great because my biggest concerns in the tournament were Beast and Curbs, and like they're both like not in the way. Like Doomsday's a really great player. Like we've seen that. We have really seen that. I feel like he's really smart with his skips and stuff. So he's definitely going to be a tough fight. But I was more afraid of Curbs and Beast. So I feel a little bit more comfortable coming into it. As long as I'm, you know, still playing good and stuff. Like I shouldn't sleep on Doomsday, and I'm not. But as long as I'm on point, I feel pretty confident.
Well, keep in mind, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let Track take over. Keep in mind, they're not out. Curbs and Beast are still in. They just have to go through Oshikorosu and Shoujo. So, you know, there's no telling who could come back and see the winner of the Doomsday iiPK match. So
oh, definitely. That losers bracket is looking very stacked right now. That's a Shark Tank.
Beastly. No, you know, no pun intended. Beastly in there. So, Track, take over.
Yeah, Curbs, you know, tough loss, 17 in the first round, which is still the high water mark for the day, just 7 this time, but obviously the level's a lot tougher. One in particular seemed to really get your goat and just had to go through it. I think several minutes spent. Tell me what was going through your mind there.
Yeah, there was that, I think it was the third one. Yeah, that third one there, that Bowser's Castle one or whatever, Mario Bros. 1. I didn't clear that. Yeah, I didn't clear it, because at the end, there just wasn't a checkpoint anywhere. It was rough. It was rough. And that kind of, my mindset after that was just out the window, you know? That one loss, I'm like, okay, I don't think I have a chance against iiPK. I know he's got it in the bag. So I just kept trying, see what's there. I skipped one level that was 108, I think. Maybe I should have played that one. I'm not sure. But yeah, there was also that Link level too, nearing the end, that I got soft locked in. So that was great.
Yeah. Well, you played great all the same, but just like one little mistake is all it takes at this level because you guys are both so good at this game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I want to let y'all know too that y'all definitely need to go back and watch the replay on this. For the first about probably 5 to 7 minutes, y'all were in sync, down to the skips, down to the clears, down to just the actions,
everything,
the reactions. Y'all were shaking your head and having the same kind of like, I can't believe I just did that kind of reaction. It was a delight to see. And at the same time, it was also mesmerizing because y'all were y'all showcased exactly why y'all are pretty much 1 and 2. Y'all are phenomenal.
Very glad it was entertaining.
Absolutely. So with that, I do want to say again, GG's to both runners. I am going to go ahead and say that we will be having coming up Alt Insider and PC Fangirl coming in. Again, I'm not sure which round it's going to be. It is either going to be Curbs and Oshigorosu again, or it is going to be Beast and Shoujo. I don't know if the plan is to give you a break or not, Curbs, so keep your eye out for that. But thank you again, everybody. Keep your eyes peeled here. We're going to be back here shortly. And again, put !donate in the chat, !UAP, !SMM2. That's going to give you all the information regarding the charity event we have going on right here. Thank you, and we love you all.